Saudi Arabia's ambitious plans for the line have faced an unexpected setback. Instead of advancing as initially intended, they seem to be retracting, shrinking the proposed distance from 105 miles to just 1.49 miles. This change indicates that the Saudi prince's dream project still has a long way to go before it can be deemed successful. But what caused this drastic change? Why is Saudi Arabia backing out on this mega project? Stick around to find out. While Saudi Arabia has revised its plans for the line, originally envisioning a 500-meter-tall mirrored linear city spanning 170 kilometers across the desert to accommodate 9 million people, their new goal is to construct only 2.4 kilometers of it by 2030, with less than 300,000 residents moving in. This decision has resulted in some workers being laid off by at least one contractor on the site, according to a document seen by Bloomberg. Despite the cutbacks, building even this small portion of the line poses a significant engineering challenge. It entails erecting two towering skyscrapers, each 500 meters tall, reminiscent of New York's One World Trade Center, stretching horizontally for 2.4 kilometers in the heart of the desert. Despite Saudi Arabia's decision to scale back plans for the line, progress has not come to a standstill. Substantial headway has been made on the project site, as the line is set to comprise interconnected communities referred to as modules. Originally planned to consist of 135 modules, each stretching 800 meters in length and towering 500 meters tall, the recent decision to reduce the line's length to 2.4 kilometers leaves uncertainty regarding the number of modules to be included and whether their dimensions will remain unchanged. Nevertheless, construction is currently underway on modules 44, 45, 46, and 47 in the hidden marina. The line and several other major projects are integral to Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 initiative, spearheaded by the Public Investment Fund. These projects, including the line, demand over $1 trillion in investment. The primary revenue stream for the Public Investment Fund is derived from oil revenues, and with the recent substantial decline in oil prices, it has experienced a significant impact. Regarding Saudi Arabia's dollar reserves, Bloomberg reports from 2014 indicated cash reserves of $744 billion, which dwindled to $414 billion by 2024. Initially, there was optimism within the government and among the Crown Prince that announcing these mega projects would attract interest and investment from global investors. Saudi Arabia even devised a comprehensive plan to boost foreign direct investment in the country annually, aiming to reach $100 billion by 2030. This forecast suggested an expectation of receiving $100 billion from global sources by 2030. However, reality diverged from these expectations. In 2023, foreign direct investment was anticipated to fall within the range of $25 to $27 billion for Saudi Arabia. Yet the actual inflow amounted to only $19 billion. Consequently, Saudi Arabia finds itself increasingly dependent on oil revenues to sustain its mega projects. However, these revenues are dwindling as oil prices continue to decline. To potentially bolster oil prices, Saudi Arabia may propose extending the production limits set by OPEC, a group it co-leads with Russia. These limits have historically contributed to stabilizing or even increasing oil prices. Despite such efforts, oil prices remain below the threshold necessary for Saudi Arabia to finance its ambitious plans. According to Bloomberg Economics, Saudi Arabia requires oil prices to be at least $108 per barrel to balance its budget, factoring in domestic spending by the Public Investment Fund. Although there has been a recent uptick in oil prices, they still hover below $90 per barrel. Consequently, Saudi Arabia is financing numerous projects from its own resources, resulting in significant losses. Investing from its own budget ties up funds until projects are completed and start generating revenue. This heavy reliance on internal funding has depleted available cash reserves, which currently stand at just $15 billion, marking the lowest level since 2020. This situation highlights the financial difficulties Saudi Arabia is facing. According to some reports, Saudi Arabia has recently asked Kuwait, its smaller neighbor, for more than $16 billion in funding for different projects, including NEOM. While this money has been secured, there's a question of whether Saudi Arabia can achieve its Vision 2030 goals if this continues. NEOM is also about to start its first project this year, which will have a big impact on NEOM's development, especially the line. The success of this project, called Sindala, is crucial. If it succeeds, NEOM could benefit a lot and attract more investors. But if it fails, it could hurt all of NEOM's projects. In short, Sindala's success is important for both Saudi Arabia and attracting investors to NEOM. If it works out, there's a good chance more investors will be interested in NEOM. Construction in Sindala is moving quickly, but the exact launch date hasn't been confirmed yet. And if Sindala fails, NEOM will rely more on public funds, which mostly come from oil reserves. This shows the delicate financial situation Saudi Arabia faces as it tries to carry out big projects while dealing with money issues. In the current landscape, there's a noticeable shift steering away from fossil fuels towards renewable energy sources. As a result, Saudi Arabia is actively progressing in the development of an advanced system for energy, water, and green hydrogen. In line with this vision, NEOM is striving to harness clean resources efficiently. Not only are they establishing grid infrastructure, but they're also dedicated to environmental preservation through innovative and sustainable technologies. A significant milestone for NEOM has been the initiation of a project valued at over $8 billion aimed at constructing solar and wind farms. These farms will generate green hydrogen, a fuel derived from renewable energy sources. Saudi Arabia aspires to emerge as one of the world's leading producers of green hydrogen, aiming to lessen its reliance on oil sales. Expected to be completed by the end of 2026, this project will stand as the largest green hydrogen production facility globally. It is projected to yield up to 1.2 million tons of green ammonia annually, equivalent to 600 tons of green hydrogen per day. This green ammonia will be exported to international markets, contributing to the reduction of carbon dioxide emissions, particularly in the heavy-duty transport sector. In addition to the Green Hydrogen Project, NEOM has launched the region's first Hydrogen and Energy Innovation Center. This establishment will act as a central hub for research, development, training, and innovation in hydrogen energy. Its core mission is to drive progress in green hydrogen production, storage, and transportation, aiming to enhance knowledge and capabilities in these vital areas. Well, that's about it for today's video. Do you think Saudi Arabia will actually get to finish this mega project? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. If you liked today's content, do give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.